So I wanted to take a few classics with this video to talk about two interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the two stories I wanted to cover in this video is really two sections because one of the stories includes multiple stories itself that are focused on a new emulation patent, PlayStation Network shutdowns, and the solution to backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5, with the other section discussing a possible delay for a major PlayStation 5 exclusive. First, let me know if you've ever owned a PlayStation 3 or not. This is obviously relating to one of the stories we're going to cover it in regards to backwards compatibility. I personally still own my PlayStation 3 and won't ever be selling that, but I'm curious how many of you even had one. So comment below, have you ever owned a PlayStation 3 or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, a major PlayStation 5 exclusive possibly getting delayed. Reading from Twisted Voxel, Final Fantasy XVI's release date has been updated from to be confirmed to coming soon by Square Enix on the official PlayStation Store for the PlayStation 5. Final Fantasy XVI was supposedly targeting a release date in 2021. However, the impact of CV could have pushed it to 2022. The game has been in development for a while now, and it was being worked on by Square Enix's Creative Business Unit 3, who have worked on the ongoing Final Fantasy XIV MMO. Naoki Yoshida is acting as the producer, with Hiroshi Takai assuming the directional duties for this upcoming mainline game. On the official PlayStation website, the game still has a release date set as to be confirmed, but that was recently updated on the PlayStation 5 to coming soon. Players can wishlist the game and will get an update once there is something to share for the project. So Twisted Voxel also notes that there's going to be a Square Enix event taking place this summer, and that's where we might hear more about this game. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy, but I can't ignore the large fan base following the franchise has. In terms of its delay, that's possible. This sounds similar to what happened with GT7, which was meant to release in 2021, then went to in development status, then finally confirmed to be delayed to 2022. But this also might not be a delay, considering it went from to be confirmed to coming soon instead of something like 2021 to in development like GT7. We'll see, of course, how this plays out this summer, if it's getting delayed or not. Now, diving into the second section of the video, the solution to backwards compatibility. So this is going to break down into three parts: PlayStation Network shutdowns, a new emulation patent, and finally the solution. So PlayStation Network shutdowns. Reading from The Gamer, the PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PlayStation Portable stores aren't long for this world. According to a source familiar with the situation, verified by The Gamer, the stores are due to be closed down in July. The announcement is planned for the end of this month. PSP and PS3 stores are to be closed on July 2nd, while the PS Vita store will stay open until August 27th. After those dates, you will no longer be able to purchase digital copies of games or DLC for any of the Sony consoles mentioned above. So when I first heard about this, I thought Sony has to have a new solution for this to want to close down all of these stores. This is just lost revenue in my eyes, or maybe it's come to the point where they're not really making enough money to keep these stores open. Then again, we've known that Sony have wanted to move on from their old network with the PlayStation 3, their old structure, to what they have with the PlayStation 4 and beyond. So this could be a part of that, which goes back to my point of them possibly having a new solution to purchase those older titles. I'm also curious, when's the last time any of you actually touched the PlayStation 3 store? I know it's been some time for me, probably not since 2014, but I'm curious where you guys land on that. So let me know, when's the last time you opened the PlayStation 3 store? Now, diving into the second story of this section, the new emulation patent. So PlayStation's not short on having new patents relating to emulation of legacy content. We've seen this several times at this point, which is why many were surprised the PlayStation 5 didn't have backwards compatibility support going beyond the PlayStation 4, considering the clear research Sony has been putting into it. One of the last big patents that was covered that really pushed the narrative that Sony was bringing backwards compatibility was one that was covered last year that pointed to Sony supporting legacy titles through the cloud. And not only that, it also mentioned purchasing titles that would be running off the cloud as well. In terms of the latest emulation patent, it's called Method and Apparatus for Awarding Trophies. So let's read the abstract here. A computer implemented method assigns one or more trophies to a user. A game is emulated in response to a request from a client device. A trophy trigger is detected during emulation of the game by comparing a memory value of the emulated game to a predetermined value and assigning the one or more trophies to the user based on the detected trophy trigger. Now, listen to these next two paragraphs here as well. The field of invention part reads, this disclosure relates to generally to a system and method of awarding trophies in previously released or sold video games without modifying the original game. More specifically, the present invention relates to defining, detecting, and awarding a set of trophies for the players of the previously released games. And the background of invention reads, generally, trophies are an important part of gaming. However, often older games do not have the capability to award trophies to players. In order to enhance the gaming experience, it would be desirable to be able to award trophies to users playing older games that were not introduced with the trophy feature. So it's clear that this patent is related to enhancing past gaming experiences with trophy support by having several events in a game trigger a trophy. And this all leads to the solution for backwards compatibility on PlayStation 5 and the last part of this section. So what's the solution? I'm assuming at this point it's obvious, it's PlayStation Now, but before you close out this video, listen to how this could work. So right now, if you go on the PlayStation 4 store and search up Killzone 2, for example, I'm in Canada, and what I see right now, and I talked about this late last year, is that Killzone 2, a PlayStation 3 game, has a price on it of $6.99, but when you click on it, it states free with PlayStation Now. So this is basically a purchasable cloud game, but you can't purchase it right now. Search up Infamous as well, you'll see a price there, but it also will not let you buy the game at the moment. Sony has partnered up with Microsoft for Azure, and more recently invested in the same company behind the cloud versions of games like Control on the Switch. I've played the cloud version of Control on my Switch, and my experience has been that sometimes I forget that the game isn't even running on the console. This is the ideal performance. As someone with decent internet, PlayStation Now streaming ran horribly, and this could be partly because I don't have maybe data centers close by to increase the communication for better latency, but that's partly the reason Sony partnered with Microsoft to use Azure and those data centers. So take this in. Imagine PlayStation 3 games running on PlayStation Now that run so well, you can't really tell if it's being streamed, and add to that, you can buy these games as well. This is pretty much as close as buying digital games off the store. If I buy a game and I can't tell if it's being streamed, then it's as good as the digital downloaded version of the game, because either way, you still have to log online and verify yourself to be able to even start that game. So that's the solution. Overhaul PlayStation Now, allow purchasable games off the store using PlayStation Now, and if they're old enough, Sony could have an implementation in place to support trophies for those legacy titles. But you guys let me know if you'd purchase PlayStation Now titles or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Give me the classics," because if this service does get overhauled, does get purchase support, and it runs decently well, you can't tell that it's being streamed, I think that will please a lot of people, and will get a lot of people introduced to older titles they might have never played. So if you're excited for that, destroy the comment section with "Give me the classics," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.